What made you convert to Islam?
So this is my mom, and she converted when I was really young, and I kind of just like did it with her. And so, I mean, I feel like my story is less of like a conversion story, but I'm super confident in my choice of being a Muslim, and I feel so happy to be this way because I feel like it just like gives me like a way to live, and I'm not just like one of these people. Like when people are like atheist and stuff, I feel like they just are like
You're lost.
Yeah, no,
They're
I agree. I don't
lost.
like atheism
Well,
either.
all of our family is Christian. So, like,
Yeah.
my parents are
Yeah.
Christian.
Yeah, I want to get like a clear response because I want to make a documentary, and we haven't really spoken to any woman who have converted to Islam. So I'd like to ask you, like, why did you convert to Islam?
Why did I convert to Islam? Okay, like, you want my actual story?
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be, like, a famous story? Cause...
You're live right now. You got about 10,000 people watching.
All right,
Oh
well,
my gosh. Bye.
So when I was 16, I was dating this guy who was 22. His name was Jacob Roth. Yeah,
Holy
call him
name
out. And he did illegal things for money, and I got pregnant with my daughter. And I was just like living the fast life. I've always been a gold digger. I still am. That's why I like being a Muslim, actually, because women have rights and our men have to provide for us. So anyways, but I'll go back to that. He ended up going to prison, and I was kind of just like on my own. Like, how am I going to pay the bills? I don't want to work for money. And like I said, I was a drug addict, and I just kind of hit rock bottom. And I was at Barnes & Noble's one day, and I was letting my daughter play with the Thomas the Train sets just to get out of like my mind, like thoughts and stuff. And I was reading the Quran in English, and it just seemed really interesting to me at that time. I had never met a Muslim before. I put it back on the shelf, and I went back about my life, went home, got high, like lived my life. And a few weeks later, like something in my brain was like, you should go back and read more of that, check it out. And I went back to Barnes & Noble, got my little Starbucks, sat there, and I was reading it. And it was in my heart, like it just hit me. I was like, this is the truth. And I started researching online about Muslims, and of course I found a lot of really bad stuff, but also a lot of really good stuff that made sense. And I decided that I wanted to live the life of a true believer and worship only God, and that's when I made the decision. But I had never met a Muslim. I was scared, actually. Scared to go to a mosque, scared to meet a Muslim. And about 9 months into my conversion, I went to the mosque for the first time, and I saw a woman wearing a niqab. My heart started pounding, and I was like sweating and shaking, and I wanted to leave the mosque because I was like, this lady's gonna kill everybody in here. I stayed, I listened to the message, and it was so peaceful, and I realized that like, these are real people, and they're good people. And it just brought me peace. And since that day, that was 2011.